The memory garden. Kindred had always dreamed of having the perfect garden. One spring morning, she decided to plant an entire garden in a single day. She rushed to the garden center and bought dozens of plants, seeds, and flowers. With boundless enthusiasm, she spent hours frantically planting everything at once. That night, exhausted but hopeful, she fell into a deep sleep. In her dreams, she met a wise old gardener who smiled knowingly at her. "My dear," the gardener said, "your garden is like your brain. Each plant is a piece of new information, and your garden is how you learn and remember." The gardener walked her through the garden. "See this area here?" He pointed to where Kindred had hastily planted dozens of flowers. "This is like your working memory, your prefrontal cortex. It can only handle so much at once, just like this small space can only nurture a few plants properly. When you overcrowd it, nothing thrives." They moved to another section, where some plants were withering. "But what about these?" Sarah asked. "Ah," the gardener replied. "These plants didn't have time to develop strong roots. Like your hippocampus, the soil needs time to form connections with each plant. Just as neural pathways need strengthening, roots need time to grow." The gardener led her to a beautiful, established part of the garden. "These plants here? They've been given time to integrate with the soil, other plants, and the environment. Just like how your brain, during sleep, weaves new memories into your existing knowledge in the neocortex." Kindred woke up with a new understanding. Over the next few days, she replanted her garden, this time spacing out the plantings. She gave each plant time to establish roots before adding new ones. She learned that some plants needed multiple attempts to grow, just like how reviewing information helps strengthen memories. By summer's end, Kindred had 2 flourishing gardens, the one in her yard and the garden of knowledge in her mind. Both taught her the same lesson. Whether growing plants or growing knowledge, you can't rush the natural process of establishing strong roots. And that, she would later tell visitors to her garden, is why learning, like gardening, takes patience, care, and most importantly, time.